everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you have joined us today. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Red Base Podcast. If it's your first time here, welcome. This is the Red Base Podcast where faith meets culture. And if you're a regular customer, good to see you again. How are you? Hello, Dami. How are you doing?
Hello, Mavi. Good.
Beautiful.
Excited.
Beautiful. How was your week?
Well, it was quite interesting actually.
Was it?
My mind is expanding. I think my brain neurons are overworked.
That was a good thing. We can expect some productive results. As for me, mine was just busy with work. But we're back to another episode. We hope your week was lovely. In the meantime, Dami, you want to tell us what we are doing today?
Yep. Guys, we have an amazing episode today.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope, you've enjoyed the rest of the beginning of the series leading up to today.
Yeah.
Today we'll be talking about building sustaining systems. We've been talking about leading self, and then today we want to talk about some of the systems that you need to build to lead yourself effectively.
So wonderful. That's why I brought my glasses. Because I'm in nerd mode, as the proprietor of a system.
Guys, please, just ensure that your prayers are also going along with everything that is going on.
Wow. Okay, so how we're doing it now. Wonderful. Alright guys, so as you know, if you're a regular customer of the Red Base Podcast, you know that we always like to start with definitions. So Dami, what are systems?
Well, several ways we could think about it, but to keep it simple, it's a group of things that are connected, that come together to form a unit or a coherent whole. Just like saying, you have orange, and then when you open the orange and then it's into different bits.
Yeah.
Those little bits, are the things that come together to form a unit. So that's what a system is. So within that orange is a system of different, pieces of it. Just like a stem as well that comes together to form, the different roots of a stem that comes together to form, or strands rather. Different strands of a stem come together to form, a system.
Beautiful.
For the tree.
Those are wonderful analogies actually, and I really agree. I agree with that. Seeing that systems are networks, like Dami said. So networking, different things come together to work together for a certain purpose or just to make a whole structure.
Yeah.
And speaking about structures, we're going to talk next about the different routines and life patterns that we've built over time. So how does these routines and life patterns affect us? But before we go into that, we'll first of all give some examples, Dami, of life patterns and routines.
Well, some people wake up and then they press their phone.
Hey, how many of us are guilty?
That's a routine. You just wake up in the morning and then you're just reaching out for your phone.
The worst thing, I need to get an alarm clock. This is another thing that is almost quite destructive. I need to get an alarm clock, and I have it on my wish list, but somehow I haven't bought it. I need to buy it because you set your alarm on your phone. You wake up, you reach, you get your phone, you turn on the alarm, and then boom, all the notifications.
Yep. Yeah.
So certainly some people do that. Get an alarm clock today.
Yeah.
Don't get sleep.
Yeah, or do what I do. Every time I go to bed, I turn off everything.
My own everything is always turned off.
So I wake up with no notifications.
Same. All my notifications are turned off, but somehow.
How do they now still come up?
No, they don't come up now. But you know that even if your notifications is turned off,
you just need to turn it on, How do you just turn it on? And then everything comes up,
Or even if it's turned off, you can just head straight into the app and see it anyways.
True.
It may not appear on your taskbar, but
Yeah, true. Fair
Okay,
enough.
we've deviated a little bit of a diversion there, but yes, certainly some people don't have very healthy life patterns.
No, I'm not calling you out. I'm not mentioning routines.
I'm calling you out.
I want you to understand.
Yeah, I'm calling us out, all of us, because we're all guilty. Some of us.
Yeah.
I'm calling myself out. So, what are some other routines? I think maybe people who wake up and like to go out for a jog.
Yeah. Exercise, morning exercise.
The caffeine addicts.
Yeah.
First thing is your coffee.
And then, people who wake up in the morning and then they are reading their Bible. That's also a good routine. I'm praying,
Yeah.
They do their morning time, with God. That's
Bible
a good
before
routine.
breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a routine.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about work as well. Some people also wake up, maybe let's go beyond work as well. Some people get to work and the first thing they do is write down everything they have to do.
Yeah.
They do a to-do list, Yeah. And that's what they do every day. They wake up, have that to-do list, and then, it's a routine. Some people, wake up and they try to figure out what they want to do. It's still a routine.
Yeah, true.
Or just allow the day to. Some people freestyle throughout the day and say, well, whatever pops up, we'll take it as it comes. It's still a routine.
Some people wake up and head straight into the shower, making a whole concert with their shower heads.
Yeah, still a routine.
A very fun routine, but still a routine.
Yeah. So these are the different routines that we have. Even sometimes some of us like life patterns, and some of us also have a pattern at which we use to make decisions. We don't know. Most times, just for some, they don't like to bug on details. So whatever just seems right in the moment, just decide, move.
Yeah.
Some people don't like to spend time on decisions. Some people like to dwell. Spend like 4 weeks to decide on what breakfast you eat tomorrow.
See us here, overthinkers come.
That's a pattern.
Some of us spend the next 2-3 years deciding on what house to get.
So
we download the whether it's the right move now, whichever one you use to search for your house.
Yeah.
And then you started saving. You have a wish list.
Yeah. That's another pattern. That's another pattern. Some people are more structured. Some people are spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's a
like
pattern. A pattern.
Whatever that wants to do, you just sharp. Just call Marvels. No, not Marvels. Hello, Marvy. Hello, Marvy. There's something we need to do. Alpha. Are you available? Alright now. I'll see you tomorrow.
Guys.
Yeah.
This is not how I try to just put expo on how my life runs.
Hello, Marvy. Once I hear it like that, I know there's work.
I can be very methodical sometimes, guys.
Not quite. It is, but I have to say, not quite.
People don't know that some of the process has happened within my mind.
And it's still spontaneous now. I think for us it's not happening in our mind. We're not picturing the houses we want to buy in our head. No, we're spending 2 years searching the internet.
That's too much time.
You see, that's what I'm saying. This is spontaneity expert.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he has his pros, he has his cons. So I'm sure you already have a full gist of what the patterns we're talking about. Things that are habitual, basically. These are the things that run your life. These are the patterns, systems that run your life. When you think that when you're confused about certain outcomes, these are the things. These are the things that are pretty much behind it.
And there's a couple more, to be honest. But we'll talk about the systems now. And first of all, how the life patterns and routines translates into a system that runs our lives.
Yeah. So if you've also followed us a bit, you would see how we say from the beginning that we are creatures of habits.
Yeah.
We're creatures of habits, and habits always sum up to, at the end of the day, to our character. We said that in one episode, and the character also sums up to be our lifestyle. So if these different things that we talked about are the things you do every day, over and over again, they become your habits. And if you consistently do them, they will become your character, your lifestyle, your way of life,
your culture.
Your culture. This is how I do my thing. If that way, the way you do your thing,
that's your lifestyle.
That's your lifestyle. Yeah, that's your lifestyle. You know, I eat cereal every morning. It's a routine. Every morning, or
I cannot survive without coffee.
Or I can't exactly.
I eat eggs.
Okay, that one hit you, Abby.
It's a sword that pierces the dividing asunder of my heart. Let me not expose myself on camera.
So, you know, so how it affects, so all of these things, all of these habits, you know, determine the outcomes of our life.
Sure.
You know, there's nothing, you cannot be successful out of your habits. You cannot be, so if you fail out of a composition of your habits. You succeed out of the composition of your habits.
If you fail, it might be because you like to read late. You like to do everything last minute.
Yeah, you say, man, I'm a last minute guy. Just 2 weeks to exam. That's my pattern. That's my style.
That's my style. That's how I do my things, guys. That's why.
And I will run through it and reminded me of high school.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Same. I used to boast.
I had a phrase. I say, I say we ball it. That was my phrase. We ball it. You know, we ball it. You know, and I go in and freestyle. It's God that was saving my life.
And you do it and you pass a couple of times, myself at least. I'll pass a couple of times and be like, see, I don't bend under pressure, guys. I don't bend under pressure. Look at me now. But yeah, it's September, it's back to back. You know what to be doing.
You want to ball it
last minute. You
want to ball it.
It will shock you. So yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
So then what are these systems that run our lives then?
So breaking it down a bit, you know, a lot of these things we've talked about, you know, is broken down into one. Everyone has a belief system. You know, a belief system is something that sits between, you know, your core, your mind, you know, where you're thinking, why you think certain things are important, why you think certain things should be done the way they should be done. It's a function of what you have believed to be true. So there's the truth. You know, Bible says the word of God is true.
Yeah.
But when you go into the mind of everyone, there are things that we have believed to be true. They might not be true, but we have believed them to be true. And then we have accepted them to be, you know, the decision makers in our mind. They are decision makers in our mind to say, should I do this? When you think about something that you want to do, just know that in your mind, there are some people sitting down to decide is the truths that we have chosen to believe.
Example, all men are scum, so I won't get married.
Exactly. Based off of what?
All men are scum, so I don't need a man in my life.
Based off of what?
All women are bad drivers, so I won't buy a car for my woman.
Exactly. You know, all of these things. As we said as well, you know, I can boil it 2 weeks. I'm ready for exam and I pass. Based off of what?
Yeah.
There are those things that we have believed to be true, and all of these things are summed up into our belief system.
Yeah.
You know, there are things that we have taken here and there.
Positive example.
Okay, positive example. Yeah, all things are possible. Yeah. That's something that, you know, that is one of the major decision makers in my mind.
With God, all things are.
That's why, you know, for those who are around me that think sometimes, you know, there are some loony ideas that
don't go through the corners. And don't go through the corners. What are you trying to say exactly?
No, that's it. You know, there might be people who feel like maybe there's some things that I do that, you know, is a bit out of this world. You know, you're
still going through the corners. You're still cornering.
These are the judges that are deciding.
The corners alone.
These are the judges that are deciding it in my mind. That it is, you know, that word or that scripture is something I've believed. You know, it is in the fiber of my body. So I don't consider anything impossible. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even if I don't have a reference for it. So these are the things that you know, one of them is belief system. So out of this belief system as well, we have value systems as well. Value system is, what are your values? We talked about it. What are the things that are important to you? What are the things that you represent, or, you know, the core things that your whole total being represents? or what you stand for. Some people say I stand for integrity. And because you have said you stand for integrity, it shows in, your approach to decision making. Maybe, okay, there's a place where you have to compromise or not. Because integrity is something you stand for, you will say no. If for example, you need to get, you have to take the high road because of integrity, you will take the high road. So, but the value system guides our decision making as well. Now let's get into some more interesting ones. Which I'm going to talk about more specifically, because a lot of value system beliefs, I feel that we know that, but I'm going to narrow down more on one, support system. Support system talks about, just like a tree, you see the beautiful tall tree, but you don't know that there are tap roots and all of that, down, which actually supports its growth.
Yes.
Without those things, it can't grow. Without those things, it can't be sustained. There are things that are deep in the ground, that sustains it. That's what we're talking about. Everyone has or should have a support system.
Very important.
So how strong and the nature of our support system determines how well we can grow. So that's one of them as well. And then another one I want to talk about, narrow down, is renewal system.
Wow.
Yeah, because I've realized the world is very busy.
Yeah.
So I want to also emphasize, I realize a lot of people don't refresh until they are spent.
Yes.
Or until they are sick.
True.
Either until they are sick, they are spent, or they don't have anything to give again.
They're empty.
They're empty, or they are fagged out.
Wasted.
Yeah, they are fagged out and they're like, I can't give anymore. I've been giving too much. You just see someone blowing up like,
it's okay.
What
happened?
What happened here? Why? So it might be that exhaustion, and you have allowed it to get to you because you don't have a renewal system. Relax and refresh, guys. Yeah. So that's something I'm going to talk about. So these are the major things that I have reward system. If there's time, I'll talk about reward system. How to reward yourself. You're working hard. So
you get to the spa, chill.
People don't have that as well.
Something nice.
You just say, nobody buy me gifts. You not even remember if you have a reward system.
No. You to buy yourself gifts.
So these are the things we'll be talking about. The different systems I think will help us lead ourselves effectively.
So these are some of the systems that needs to be put in place.
Yeah.
Also, in order for us to successfully lead ourselves.
Yeah.
So let's start by putting apart this system. Let's tear it apart.
Yeah.
So that way I started by introducing some of the systems we'll be talking about. So we'll go right into one of these systems and talk about it.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay, so we'll start with support system.
Yeah.
The support system.
For me, is like,
is the number one.
The number one.
The very most important.
Yeah.
Because if you have a good support system, and I'm going to say this before we even start talking about, if you're going to have a good support system, they're going to be, in fact, they're going to take it so personal to themselves to ensure that you have a renewal system. And they will be your support system will be part of that renewal system. They will also ensure that you have a reward system in place. Should you have a very good and solid support system, these will be some of the things on their minds.
Yeah.
To make sure that you are refreshed, you are renewed. Yeah. To make sure that you are rewarded.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the support system.
Amazing.
I think number one example of a support system is family.
Family, amazing. That's a good start because that should be your second support system. Core. At the core of your support system, the second element. We have talked about a unit that the system is a combination of things that come together to form the whole.
So a network.
A network. So one of that bit of it is your family. Interesting thing about, I want to read a scripture which I found, I think it's Proverbs 17:17. It says, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversities. Now, trust me, the pendulum of life is that it won't always be up.
Sure.
It won't always be up, including salvation. Whether you're saved, even when you're saved, the pendulum will still be up and down. But the thing about life is not what happens, but our response to it.
Absolutely.
One of the things that helps us to be able to be stable, irrespective of times, is a support system, and the family is at the beginning of it, at the core of it. When we are born into this world, there's no one that really knows us aside from God, like our family should know us. Because I realize a lot of family members are not really close, but I think you are missing out on a lot.
Yeah.
You're missing out on a lot. Some people always say that, why are you put so much on it, to my siblings? Why are you guys so, why are you so tight? It seems very strange.
Yeah, I've had that a lot with my brother as well. Oh, you guys are so close, it's so cute. I'm like, oh, thank you, but shouldn't that be the normal?
Yeah, shouldn't that be normal? Because these are the people that have grown with you. They know you. They love you no matter what.
No matter what. If you are fat today,
they love you.
If you are slim tomorrow,
they still love you.
If you are sick today,
they love you.
If you are able tomorrow,
they still love you. So they are born for not that there will always be adversities, but they are people that you can guarantee their love irrespective of the seasons of life you are in.
Exactly. Pillars during the rain, the sunshine.
So you always need someone to encourage you. You know that their love is not based on any external thing. Their love is not based on what you give them. They love you. That's it. No matter what happens. So you can be sure to always bank on that love. Every time you need, someone to lean on, someone to talk to, maybe you're missing out, and someone, because there's the tough love part of it where someone needs to, just speak to you sternly and say you are wrong. Because they still love you, they will correct you.
Yes.
Because Bible talks about how a strong element of love is correction. So one of the things you can guarantee from that family support system is that they are always there for you. The right advice that you need. Sometimes just listening. Sometimes you can rant. Sometimes you don't need to get stuff out. But you have your family members who are always there.
Always there.
Seasons, whatever season that you are going through.
Always there.
So that's an important part of your support system. That you need to have. Another one, our friends. Friends are also another integral part of our support system. And another,
good friends.
I must add.
I felt like I needed to add that one.
Good friends. There's a scripture that says, the man who has too many friends will be broken in pieces and come to ruin.
Hi.
But there is a true loving friend who is reliable and stays closer than a brother.
Oh my God.
Now, this is that way because as we progress in life, the people who constitute our family by blood will expand to those who have become our family members by choice. And that's why the Bible says they are friends who stick closer than a brother, because by choice they've decided that I've met this person, our values align, they love God, our paths are aligned, interests, their character, values, everything. I want to be friends with this person. And then why is Mavi smiling like that?
Say it. Say what's in your mind. Give us an example of a friend that sticks closer.
And then they become friends.
Are you going
and they and they become friends. Mavi smiling like that because Mavi is like that to me. That's why she was calling me out on how I just ring her all of a sudden. I ring her a lot for interesting things, so she tries a lot. It's not easy to be my friend.
I've waited 2 years to hear this word.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that. But Mavi's amazing. Mavi's amazing.
Stop. Stop it.
Knowing myself, I always commend my friends.
I'm telling you, like,
knowing myself, I always commend my
9
friends.
9 p.m. on a Sunday night after doing a full shift in church, you just hear, "Hello, Abby." What is going on? And then that call can last, I'm not even kidding, unplanned until 12 midnight. I'm not even joking. And what is he telling me? None of your business. after
start leading them on to that stage.
Sorry.
You're about to receive gist.
I apologize.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, thanks. That made me. This little segment was a Mavi appreciation segment.
Yes.
Appreciate me, guys. Appreciate
her, please. She's done a lot, and she's still doing a lot. You know, I can't tell you what Mavi has done even to be here today. So, but continuation. Let's continue. So, but those are the kind of friends that you need to have, as I said. You know, those who are really who there's a lot of alignment in your values, who you can trust.
Very important. I don't know how to define that trust, though.
Trust.
Because can you really trust your friends? I'm sorry, I don't need to break people's friendships, but I think it's worth just sitting down and asking yourself, can you really trust those that you call your friends around you right now? Have you thought about it? Okay, moving on.
So because, you know, outside of your family, most times your friends, you probably spend more time with your friends.
Sure.
You know, because of how life is these days, you know, we spend more time. We don't, you know, stay with our family all through our lives. So most times our friends will always be part of our lives more consistently. You know, our everyday, because most times we meet them at work, so most times we are engaged more with them. So you need people whom you can trust. And what does trust mean, guys? You know, that you first of all, that, you know, their values are aligned.
That's right.
You know, to God. 2, they know the truth and are able to tell you the truth.
That's it.
You know, so we're not just talking about the exciting times. When I'm wrong, can you tell me? Respectfully. When I'm right, can you praise me?
Like damages.
You know, like I just did. You know, and don't mind Mavi, I don't say it once in 2 years.
We never know, but that part is arguable. But anyways.
Don't mind Mavi.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have complete faith in your friends?
Yeah.
You know, are your friends there because they feel entitled in one way or the other? Are they there because there's something to get from you without really giving anything in return? Yeah. That's mentorship now. That's not friendship. You know, so I think it's worth just sitting and thinking, all the relationships in my life, which ones are really my friends? Which one should be mentors? Which one should be disciples?
It's true. I just remember one of my very good friends as well. Very interesting fellow. But anyway, let's continue. So, but what she said is what made me remember that it's not based on what I can gain, what I can give. The values that bring us together, that we're aligned with, the interest that brings us together. It's not about gaining, lose. It's not about profit and loss account.
It's not business.
It's not profit and loss account. Like you gave me a gift for my birthday, I must
give you. It's not like an investment. I'm investing in you to gain later.
It's not profit and loss account.
It's your friend, not your business partner. I put you on my status or when it was your birthday.
You don't put me on my own.
You put me on my own. But I sent you a message and got you a gift.
It's not about that.
What are you? Did not trade by barter now. What's going on?
It's not marking scores.
Do you understand?
It's not marking scores.
It's properly. Let's talk about the things that matter. The things that matter, like Dami said, do they correct you? Your friend, if your friend corrects you today, will you listen? That's what we're talking about now. Like you get married in the future, maybe you get into a relationship, get married. Can your husband go and tell your friend that your friend is misbehaving or something? You don't misbehave in Jesus' name, but your friend is misbehaving. No, I need you to help me correct her in this way or this way. Can they? I know that sometimes we choose to do that to people, you know, that you respect, you know, that are much above you. Yes, that's the right way to do things. But I'm just saying, can your husband say, okay, I think this is my wife's friend. If she talks to her, she might, you know, listen.
Offer a better perspective.
She'll be willing to listen. Like, who exactly is your friend? It's not all about going out and drinking beer on a Friday. Like,
having a pint. You
can do that with your business partners. You can do that with anybody on the streets. I'm talking about proper value.
Yeah. See? So one more under your support system, partnerships. You know, for everything that you're going to accomplish in life, you know, I think it's a phrase or a common saying that says that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people.
Oh. It's like doing a relay, doing a marathon, or just doing a 100.
That's something I had to learn, because I like to go fast. As Mami said, I'm very spontaneous. I like to go fast.
True. And if you are slow, you can't really work with them.
So
I've tried though. My legs hurt from running.
No, I've slowed down a bit.
Sometimes you'll be dragging me, like you'll be running in front, and I'll be like, do we have to really do this?
No.
So all those appreciation I receive, it's not pride or anything. I deserve it.
She's working hard over time.
Let's not get into all of that. So yeah, definitely partnerships.
Yeah, so partnerships, scripture says that as well. I think Ecclesiastes said it 4 something 9 to 12. It said 2 are better than 1.
Sure.
But they will have a better reward for their labor. So there's always something you're trying to accomplish. And you don't always have the skills necessary for all of it. There's always, somewhere you're trying to get to. You don't have all the information to get there.
Yeah, you might have 50%.
You might have 50% of it.
But you need that other extra.
So partnership, collaboration is what helps us to get there, faster and even farther. True. Because sometimes, what you will need to learn 5 years, 10 years, someone already has it. You have 20% of it. If 5 of you come together, that's 100% of what is needed.
I'm going to give an example for this one. I remember there was a time when I needed to do something drama related, and I needed to write a script in a very short time. Literally gave me how many weeks? I think maybe 2 weeks. And by the next week, Wednesday, I was supposed to come up with a script. What? By myself? They didn't even have a topic for me. Literally, we just had a Bible verse and I was supposed to create something out of it. And I struggled. For the first 3 or 4 days, I struggled by myself. I was like, Lord. Actually, what am I saying 4 days? For the first half of my deadline, for the first week, I couldn't accomplish anything. And then, literally, something clicked in my head that, why am I doing this alone? I can actually ask for help, and I have someone fantastic around me that can help me out. And literally, guys, I kid you not, something I couldn't do in 7 flipping days, I completed in 3 with one person.
Wow.
2 of us, and we finished it. I started working with her on, I think, the Sunday night after I spoke to her in church, and literally by Wednesday, we presented the script completed. We're on calls for, I think, maybe 4 or 5 hours each of those days, and we were able to complete it. So sometimes you realize that you're just dragging your feet. You're like, I can do this thing, but sometimes it might just be motivation.
That might be all that you need.
Might be information.
Just talk to somebody about it.
Might be a skill set.
And someone just encourages you.
That's it.
Or it might be a combination of skills, as she said. Maybe you are the writer. You need someone to produce it. You need people to actually act it out. Like for example, some of the business I set up, back in the day, I was not the one with the money.
Wow.
I had people who had the money. They wanted to do something. They had the idea. But they didn't know what to do with it.
Wow.
Can you imagine? You have the idea, you have the money.
I'm anything like that.
Some assume that is all that you need, but what they needed was, someone to put it into a structure to make it a business.
Something just came to my mind. It's okay for you to have a co-producer. It's okay for you to have a co-writer. It's okay. It's okay for you to have a co-director. There's nothing bad with it. Wow. Glory to God for that. It's okay. Men are created to work.
Business partner, whatever you're into, what partner do you need to make that happen?
And many of the greatest.
And that's why there's life partner.
Wow. That's actually very true. through.
You know, someone
your co-lifer.
Exactly. Someone will journey through life with you to accomplish the things that God wants you to accomplish.
Bro, I was going to say that's another reason why many of the great tech businesses, not just tech, always have a co-founder.
Yeah.
There's always a co-founder.
There's a business mind and then there's a tech mind sometimes.
And sometimes there's someone who is, a division carrier.
And someone who's an executor, someone who's an ideator.
A business cannot work without a co-somebody.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
Even the people that they call the founder, they just the ones that have the idea.
Yeah.
That's all. They know what they want to do. They need people to be able to carry it out.
Yeah.
It cannot be $1 million business if there's no co.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even Jesus Christ. Even Jesus Christ had 12 disciples. The reason why this came to my mind, quite interesting. Even Jesus Christ had 12. When he was about to start he started his ministry by looking for the people that will help that ministry. That's the person who was God and came on earth. So you can't be that human that thinks you can do it alone.
Word.
Even Jesus needed 12, and out of that 12, there were more. There were more disciples. There were, a lot more who were around, who were doing several other things.
Even in the book of Genesis, during the creation story, there was a point where God said, "Let us." There was a meeting.
Yeah.
There was a meeting for the core people.
Yes. even in all of the creating as well, they were all involved in it.
The spirit moving.
The spirit moved. The voice spoke. And we know Jesus is the word. So they were all in on it, on creation.
And then when it was time to make that great decision to make man,
we came together again.
Said, guys, how far?
How do we do it?
Let us. See, you can't do life by yourself. Yes, we get it. People have disappointed you. You've had friends that betrayed you. You've done this. It's okay. Stand up, dust your clothes, try again.
Yeah.
Stand up, dust your clothes, try again. Yes, we've all had some strange encounters with some strange human beings. Trust me.
Yeah.
But you cannot do life by yourself. It is not possible. Even introverts have friends.
Yes.
So
I'm not saying like me now, but I know that might be an argument that I'm not an introvert. So, but let's move ahead.
So as I was saying,
what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah.
I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
So as I was saying, guys, you can't do life alone. Okay, you need help. Every one of us need help. We need each other to survive. So even if you can't even do life alone, because are you going to go and till the ground for your own food? Are you going to walk? You decide not to enter transport again or buy a car?
True.
In the house you are living in, did someone not build it? Or did you lay the foundation and do the cement by yourself?
Yeah.
No. So we all need each other to survive. But now talking about your own personal ideas and creations and your own businesses and everything, and your own life, destiny and purpose, it is still tied to people.
Yeah.
What you just need to do is to find that, and there is only one way that you can successfully find those intricately designed core people.
Yeah.
Call them destiny helpers in the kingdom.
Yeah.
But those people that God have specifically designed to help you, like to partner with you on this journey. And that takes us to your number one support system.
Yes, which is God.
The Almighty.
God is your number one support system. I hope He is.
Well, if it's not, the foundation is shaky. I'm not sorry.
I hope
I'm not sorry. The foundation is not quite
because when the lights go off, when you say, the night has come, the day has been spent. Sometimes you are not done with everything that's going on in your life. It's not fully sorted, and then it gets quiet again. But guess what? There's still one more person in the room.
Absolutely.
There's still one more person in the room, and that is God. In your quiet, in your time of confusion, time where everybody has gone to their house, everybody has closed, they have closed for the day at work, there's still always one more person in your space.
That's God.
And that's God. And that's why I said He needs to be your number one support system, because He's always there.
He's always there. If you remember, we're talking about family and we said your family are who is there for you. It's true. But you do know that there are some people whose family are across the 7 seas from them.
Yeah.
So yes, they might be there thanks to technology. You're able to call them. I remember I told someone recently, I said, even if there's a technology that comes out today where you can feel the person you are talking to on video call, my mother will still always wish that I'm by her side. I remember saying that to someone recently. And yeah, so anyways, it still brings me back to the point of they are still far away.
Yeah.
But the Lord can never leave you. Can never leave you nor forsake you. He told us already now.
Yeah.
I can never leave you nor forsake you. I'm always right beside you. I will stand by you through all the tough times. All the time I'm there, whispering into your ears just how much I love you.
Yeah. And there's the reason why the Bible says it's the present help in time of need. You know, you're always in need, and then oftentimes, you know, even sometimes humans are not able to truly understand what you're going through.
We're limited. We're very, like I said earlier, I said stand up, dust yourself, and move forward. Only God can really, really help you, you know, through that as well. And it's quicker with God.
Yeah.
It's sometimes quicker with God as well. So yeah, only God can help you and see you through that as well. So yeah, definitely God as your number one support system.
So you see, we have put together the support system. This is the unit.
It is very beautiful. And taking us back to your first analogy you gave about the orange. Now, God is a big part of that orange. If God is taken out of the equation, the orange will have dents.
Yes.
Nobody will buy it.
Forget about the orange. Forget about the other elements of the unit if God is not in that support system.
No. So, have God as your support system.
Yeah. So this is what your support system should look like if you want to lead yourself effectively.
Very important.
You know.
All right. So these are. I'm going to ask us one question now before we go into the other support system, because as you can tell, it's quite lengthy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about, for this support system that we've just, you know, analyzed, how then do we build the right systems around this particular support system we've just spoken about?
Amazing.
So we've talked about the family, we've talked about friends, we've talked about partnership, and we've talked about God. So first of all, give your life to Christ, of course.
That's where you get. That's the way you get access to God. To God as your support system.
We've spoken about God, you know, in our last episodes and all that. So we're already aware at the moment that you need to give your life to Christ. Any other access to God or the divine is fake. It is to surrender your life to Christ in a few words and be saved.
Yeah.
Okay. So go and check out the ABC of Leading Self, our very first topic under this series.
Yeah.
And be saved. Now for our family and friends and partnerships.
So for our family, one, honor. Honor.
Very important.
Okay, let me say love first, then honor.
Love.
You know, we must understand that love is not a case of what they do, or I don't think I need to talk much about family and love. That's why I didn't say much about. We know that, and most of us, we love our family members no matter what happens. So that always works out. But where we always miss it out is honor.
What?
And that's because, you know, we think something has to be done for us to honor. No.
Someone has to deserve it.
Yeah, no.
Not really.
They don't have to earn it. They don't have to. We just have to honor them. You know, and I'm not just talking about your parents, but your siblings, both the younger and the, you know, we if you see, you know, how scripture, you know, gives us examples of how, you know, life has been designed in such a way that any of them could be the person that, you know, helps you up in life. True. They might get ahead first. They might, you know, have what you need at different points. And you don't want to have what should be your inner circle. You don't want to have things rough in there.
No.
You know, people that you ordinarily can trust, bounce things off, you know, have, you know, be the shoulder to cry on when you need, you know, and then because there's a bit of acrimony, you can't reach out. You know. So honor them ensures that there's always that sense of respect to say, not just that you're my elder brother or my junior brother, I recognize the value in you and I honor you. So not just because you're my brother and sister, but I have been discerning of the value that God has placed in you, and I honor you not just for the 2 years that you're older than me, or the 2 years you are younger than me, but I honor the value that God has put in you.
Exactly. Especially the ones He has put in you for me.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, what you don't honor, you may not likely receive.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Yeah. So honor them. Yeah. And then third, and I put them together. I call them the F and F. Forgive and forbear.
Forbearing one another in love.
Forgive and forbear. The closer they are, the more likely they can hurt you.
Yes.
And
snap of a finger.
So your family most likely hurt you the most.
And the dynamic is very funny. For people that are supposed to have known you and gotten used to you, but it will hurt more because of the love that you have for them.
Yeah. So, but immediately forgive. Just forgive. Whatever happens, forgive. It is for you and for them. Remember that the relationship to you is like the most important and is, as far as life goes. So there won't be anything that they've done that you can't forgive. There won't be anything that you put on the table that's equal to their value in your life. There will never be anything.
And I know that this one can be hard to do, but you've also got to forget as well.
Yeah.
Try and forget. I know some people, some people drag on the argument and drag on the whole.
Do you know what he did to me?
Because they did something to you 5 years ago and see, let it go now. Let it go. Come on, take a note from Frozen for Christ's sake and let that thing go. Please don't remind them of things that they've done in the past.
Let go and let God.
Especially if you've also talked about it and settled it.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up for any reason. Try not to, at least.
Yeah.
Don't be like, see, this is what I don't like about you.
Yeah.
You always do this. You always do. Madam.
There you go.
Let it go. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, we'll jump straight to, because I believe this also works for friends as well. I feel like it's the same thing for friends. Love them. Honor your friends. Doesn't matter if you are age mates, born on the same day to the same day, same hospital at the same point in time at level 59. Still honor them. Very important, because like we said about the value that they have to offer. And then of course forgiving and forbearing, because like we said, the people you love the most people tend to hurt you. So forgive and forget and be understanding.
That's the forbearance part. Forbearance part is that you must create allowance that they might do it again.
Exactly. So prepare for it.
Forgive
ahead.
Yes, forgive ahead. Just put that's why Bible says 70 times 7.
Yes, because
technically nobody will offend
you 70 times 7 times in a day.
Yeah.
But peradventure they offend you.
There's a human like that exists.
Just still forgive.
Yeah.
Very important. So I think it works from both sides. Now for partnership, is there anything else you'd like to add for partnership?
First of all, I would say, understand the people. Most times I always think of the value before the person.
True. The person becomes like ATM.
Think of the person before the value. And it works in two ways. One, every time you are going into a partnership, don't think that it's only about the things that we are doing. Know that the value of the person will always play out in every decision making.
True. So you've got to consider the value first.
Yeah.
Your values
align the character of the person first.
Very important.
Over the value or what you think the expertise of the person is.
Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you want to you enter a partnership with someone for a business and you want to go out for, I don't know, a gala, maybe an award ceremony for your staff, whatever. And your co-partner say they want to bring some lagers. That's in the ceremony. They want to have some pints.
There should be a few pints.
So that the awardees will their eyes be red when they come to receive. And you know that you don't like such. You don't want such. You want to keep the environment as professional as possible without any alcohol. Or maybe it's your belief that you don't want to get into all of that. I mean, there'll be friction, not just in the award party, but even when you're just going out as, business partners to have a drink or to have some food or something. Like, consider these little things. Your values, that's just, an out of the box example. But there's many more where your values don't align and
There will always be friction.
There'll always be friction. Always. It won't work out well. It won't work out well. So you might have to compromise. And if you don't have to do that for your values. Especially if they are good, you would have to compromise.
Yeah. And then, especially if you are bringing them on something that matters to you, maybe like your business, your life's dream, and then you partner with someone, and then you can't seem to come together to make certain decisions because of frictions in differences in your values. It will always bite you.
Always backfire.
So consider always the character before the value. And then if it's someone that's, because by the nature of business, there are people who obviously have the value that you need and not necessarily the character, then don't make them partners. Do a service only agreement.
Exactly. They come, they offer their skill set or their service or whatever and go.
But don't get them in on the decision making table, because trust me, it will affect you. It will affect you. I've entered some rooms recently, and the decision is, my answer is no.
Never.
Can we do it? No.
Never.
And because of the fact that there's alignment with the core people, we're able to say no on so many things. And it makes it a lot easier to make decisions when the values are aligned.
Absolutely.
You don't sleep on decision making and say, okay, let's reconvene in 6 months or kind of things like that.
Yeah. Brings speed as well. Just things are just flowing. Yes, like that. So as you can see, systems are a lot to talk about. So would most likely be having a second part to this topic. In the next part, we'll be talking about the other 2 or 3, I believe, systems that we mentioned earlier in the episode. So don't sleep on it. It's coming to your screens again next week. So first of all, we just want to say a massive thank you to you for joining us for this particular episode. I mean, anything else you'd like to say to our people?
Well, as Mavia said, thank you. Follow all our pages on Instagram, the Red Base Pod. On YouTube, subscribe if you haven't done it.
Hit the notification
bell.
Oh Lord.
Do it now.
Hit the notification bell as well, so you're aware of when we post the part 2.
Partner with us.
So you don't miss it. Partner with us. So actually, we're looking for partners.
Partner with us.
We need your partnership. Okay, we need your partnership for this purpose and this calling that the Lord has brought upon us.
Let's create a working system to advance the kingdom.
If you're interested, reach out to us, okay? So we can have a Red Baser. Red Baser.
I mean, there are several expressions that are, still waiting on to be done. So
absolutely,
if you feel like there's something you can jump on.
Reach out to us. Let's create a Red Base system.
Let's
create a Red Base system. But in the meantime, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can carry on this series. You don't miss out at all, especially since we'll be coming back to explain more systems to you, because I'm sure you probably would like to hear some more of it, as I would. But in the meantime, you stay happy, stay beautiful. We will see you again next week. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.